In this video, I'm going to take you through my supplier approval in Microsoft Power Automate and show you how it all works. So I've got one here here's one I created earlier. So new supplier, create an approval. I can click into it and we'll edit it. So my first step is the one you get from Zahara, which is new supplier created. So there's very little you can do here. The only thing you want to do is make sure you're connected to the right business unit if you've already got flows or cloud flows in existence. And in fact, you can check down here under data and connections. Normally this is where you'll find all of your connections. So here's one to Edge Technologies, there's one to Rapid Systems. So if I go back to, we go back into this flow and click edit again. So step one, as I said, it was the step of new supplier created in Zahara, really simple step. Then I added in a Microsoft step, which is start and wait for an approval. This is very much a Microsoft Teams step. So the choice you've got here is approve or reject. Everyone must approve. First to respond. So you've got some options here. I've gone with the approve reject. Everyone must approve. So basically everyone being the one person that I've selected here. So the title, new supplier approval. Obviously you can change this to suit. You can put fields in there as well. It could be new supplier approval hyphen supplier's name. Assigned to, so this here tells you that you could need to put the users in that need to approve it, followed by a semicolon. So I'm just using myself here. Details, just a description. So a new supplier has been created. We need your approval. If rejected, the supplier will be marked do not use. So description there. Under item link, you can put the URL in of suppliers. So in fact, all suppliers in Zahara, myzahara.net /v3/business/suppliers /the ID of the specific supplier. So actually when you click here for variable content, you can find the ID at the top here and you can add that in there. Okay, so that's the approval step. And then based on the outcome of that, we are going to go into a condition. So I'm moving the response from this, so that's really important, the responses, into a condition. A condition is a step that you search for in Power Apps. And when I expand my conditions out, I've got true and false. And the condition I'm using is the responses contains the word approve. Now I've tested this and I know it concerns the word approve if it's approved, and it doesn't if it's rejected. So if true, do this, but I'm going to do nothing actually. If it's true, if the supplier is approved, I don't really care. That's fine, business as usual. If it's rejected, that's when I need to do something. So I'm going to click on, I've added a step in here of update supplier, which is another Zahara step. And I put the ID of the supplier in. For some reason I've got to put it in twice in flow, I don't know why. The reference number, the supplier name, and then I put hyphen do not use. And I've changed the type of the supplier to unapproved. And then I'm going to put a post in a Teams channel saying please do not use this supplier, blah. So that's my Microsoft flow. Obviously I can change this and customize it if I want to. And I'm not going to save any changes there, and it's set up. I think it's running. So let's have a look at what that's like in the real world. So if I go into Zahara, I'm going to go into the right business unit and we're going to create a new supplier. So here we are, we're in Rapid Systems. I'm in my supplier list view and I'm going to put a new supplier. So I'm going to put Cheese & Co. Cheese Company. Type nothing, account code cheese, cheesy01. Do I want to put any other information in here? I put Johnny Cheese. Okay, so I'm just going to click continue, 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 and then create supplier. So my supplier is created here. My flow is running in the background. So what we're looking for here is a Teams alert to tell me that I've got an approval to do, and then hopefully I can approve it or reject it. And if I reject it, then it should be changing the supplier to do not use. The nature of Microsoft Flow Power Apps is that it's not instant, it runs like every few minutes on a poll. So I just got a Teams alert come through. If I click on activity, it says that Martin Pierce sent you an approval request. Well, that's me. So here's my little card here, my approval card. A new supplier has been created. We need your approval. If rejected, the supplier will be marked as do not use. Fine, that's quite nice. Here's my link here. If I click on this, it will take me directly into the supplier record. Cheese Company, that's fine. We go back to, so I do my due diligence, I investigate, why this person inside the business has created a new supplier. We've given them the permission to create suppliers, but we're looking to validate this to make sure that, it's valid. They've not got their mate in to repair something or something along those lines. So I found something wrong with it, so I'm saying, no, not to use, and I'm going to reject it. So I'm submitting my response here now, and it's rejected. And in fact, in Microsoft Teams, you get all of your kind of approvals in one place. Basically, approvals belong to a person. So here they all are. I've already got my message. It's come back to you saying, please do not use the supplier Cheese Company. This is not approved for use. So we can create as many messages as we liked. We've got a kind of a message here from the outcome, from the approval itself to say it's rejected. So rejections in Power Automate and Teams are quite nice, or sorry, approvals are quite nice. But more importantly, if we go back to our supplier list and we type cheese, and we click edit here, we've got the do not use and unapproved. So our final step, remember, of the flow or the Power Automate was to say do not use and make it a type of unapproved as well. So obviously if somebody was creating a purchase order and they chose the supplier as cheese, it clearly says Cheese Company, do not use. So if they do that and somebody got a purchase order saying do not use, they're clearly violating your instructions. Anyway, I hope that's been useful. Obviously you can use Microsoft Flow in any other way or variation you want, but the important thing here is that you've got an event of Zahara of a new supplier being created, and you've got the ability to update the supplier and make it quite clear you don't want that supplier to be used, and that is vendor approvals. Thank you very much.